Hi, can you girls hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, I got a new computer, so I had to like re-download Zoom and try to get it to work.
Yep, we can hear you.
Perfect. I can't really hear you, so let me find the volume on this thing. I literally like just opened it. Let's see. Where's my volume? There. Okay, talk again, Bridget.
What?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have a good Christmas? Oh.
I did. It looks like you had a great one too.
Yeah, it was good. It was crazy and busy, full of wedding planning, but it was good.
Wedding planning is always fun.
It is, I've honestly enjoyed it a ton until this last week where it was just like we crammed way too much into 2.5 weeks. And we didn't really have a choice because we had to get all that stuff done while we were home, but it was just way too much at once. I was like so burnt out of it by the end.
Yeah, I saw your story, but you know, at that point, I mean, you guys were going every day to do something.
Yeah.
So that would be very stressful for me.
It was, but needed done, and now I feel a little better that stuff is crossed off the list, but then it just like made the list even longer with more things that we thought of.
Yes, because it's July, July, right? Is it July 9th or June 9th? I can't remember. When's the big day?
Sorry, you froze up. It's July 6th.
July 6th. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it.
I know. Are you cutting out stuff for your vision board?
Yep. I was just printing stuff out earlier, and then I thought, all right, I'm going to use a manila envelope to put my stuff on. That's going to be my vision board.
I love it. Okay, we will get started, guys. And Bridget, congrats. I saw you already have 2 Success Club points on the board. Starting the year strong.
Yes, I am really excited about it. And then I actually ran into a girl at school today. She's new this year, and she was talking to my husband because we work in the same building, and he told her I was starting Transform 20, and she's starting Transform 22. So that was, yeah.
That will be fun.
Yeah. So, and then the other girl that signed up, she is also a teacher in another state. I don't know where, but, and then one of my friends signed up for Beachbody on Demand. But one of her friends is thinking about it. So I liked your thing yesterday where it broke it down in the different things you can do, because the challenge packs sometimes are hard. They don't want the whole challenge pack. They just want certain things.
Yeah, and what I found too is sometimes when someone starts with one thing, they eventually see everyone else doing everything else, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to try that. Try that now.
And that's my hope. So yes, I'm working to hopefully get Success Club by the end of the week. So we'll see.
Yes, I love it.
I'm working on it. But
you can do it.
Yeah, because December was, I mean, you know, the people who said they were going to buy didn't buy. And then the girl that I was telling you guys about that wanted the Energized, she ended up buying on January 1st. She had to wait because remember how I told you, how does she cancel her BOD and then redo it? When she called, it was going to go out on January 1st. So she said, I'll just wait till January 1st and then do it. So that worked out. Yeah. So I'm hoping to be on the board with more this week.
Yes, I love it. All right, we will get started. I'm going to mute everyone just so we don't have a ton of background noise. But happy first call of 2019, guys. I cannot believe it. I finally had to write the date down the other day, and you know, you do that thing where you cross out the 8 and you're like, oh shoot, it's 2019. I feel like we just had this call last year, which is crazy because I think we literally had it this day last year, whatever the first or second Tuesday of 2018 was. And I can so vividly remember it. I was sitting at my kitchen counter in Pennsylvania because I was home, and I just can't believe a whole year has gone by. And that's just goes to show, one, how quickly a year can go by, two, how much can change in a year. Like, it's just amazing. So most of you know what a vision board is, but I'm going to just explain it real quick too, for anyone who needs to catch the recording. And I want to grab my old vision boards real quick. And I totally still have Christmas pajama pants on, so don't judge. So I'm going to show you my old vision boards, my vision board from this past year, and then we're going to take you through the steps of exactly how to make your vision board, what to put on it, the method I follow. And by the end of this call, we're going to work on it then some, and then you probably won't finish it on the call, but I'll say, I think I told the girls last year this, finish it right after the call. Like, stay up 20 minutes later or something. I know sleep's important, but finish it right away or tomorrow, or give yourself to the end of this week. But set a deadline, because if you don't, then it's just going to be something that keeps getting pushed off and pushed off. And a vision board will literally change your life. This doesn't just have to be for business stuff. We're going to put all sorts of life stuff on there. But vision boards are so powerful when you use them. So this was my very first vision board, and I didn't know what a vision board was when I made this. Like, I wasn't like, hey, I'm making a vision board. This was literally just a little cork board from like Beachbody. I might not have even started Beachbody yet. And had it up though beside, it says my internet's unstable, so let me know, like wave or something if you can't hear me. But I was working on my MBA at the time, and Tyler and I had made a trip out to Colorado to visit friends, and we fell in love with it. So if you don't know my story, we're from Pennsylvania. We lived in Arkansas, so we were living in Arkansas at the time. I was working in corporate America full-time as a food scientist, and I was going to online grad school to get my MBA. And this hung up, I can picture my desk in the guest bedroom of like all my classes for my MBA, like to do, in progress, and done. And I would get so excited to move one class over to the done stage. And I put this up in my little office where I worked on my MBA as motivation of, you know what, I don't know how we're going to make it happen, but someday I want to move to Colorado. So I put all these pictures of Colorado from when we visited on this. Like I said, didn't know what a vision board was, kind of just threw it up there, but I looked at it every single day as I worked on my MBA. And I was like, I don't know how, but maybe if I finish this MBA and get a new type of job, we can move out to Colorado. And it just gave me that dream every day of wanting more out of life, wanting something different than we had, being grateful for what we had, but still striving for more. And for me at the time, it was getting out to Colorado. Spoiler, we did. Like, again, I don't even think Beachbody was in my life at that time. But when you're open to opportunities and you're not even maybe looking, but you just have this dream, you're going to find a way to make it a reality. So then I don't even know where my vision boards went from like the 2 years in between. I'm pretty sure I made them. Maybe they got thrown out because they were like on poster board or something. But last year I really made, on this team call last year, I made this vision board. And you guys have probably seen this in my Instagram stories because I've showed it. This hangs in my office, so it hangs right up there on that little thing. But then I also printed a miniature version that goes right in my planner. So I traveled a lot this year. So even when I wasn't home, this was my bookmark in my planner. And every time, because I use my planner every day, so every day when I would open my planner and write down my gratitude and everything, this is what was staring me in the face. Same exact thing as this, just a smaller version. So you can do a vision board with magazine cutouts and put it on poster board if that works for you, or you can do one on Canva, which I just personally like better than the magazine ones, just because I can make it super specific. I have a magazine one. Let me grab it real quick. I actually just made this with Nina and her team here in Colorado a couple weeks ago, and they had a bunch of magazines, and it's great. And it has a bunch of inspiring words on it that I want to be for this year. The gratitude meter, don't let anyone take away your joy, experiences, epic trips, just a bunch of stuff that resonates with me. But when I look at this, I honestly don't get the same feelings as when I look at this, because this is just words out of a magazine. Like I said, it's great and it's words that are meaningful to me. But when I look at this one, I'm like, this is exactly what I want to do. This is Tyler and I's wedding venue for this summer. So like that is super specific. This is like the exact type of dog I want to get, not just a random one out of a magazine. And then I could type in things that I wanted. So elite, which with you guys, we knock on wood, we'll find out the official news tomorrow. We should be an elite team for 2018. Can put my picture on, like wanting to speak on a national wake-up call. So that's just why I prefer Canva, but there's absolutely no right or wrong way. I just like to make it a little more specific. So we're gonna get into how do you make this now? And there's, again, no right or wrong, but I'm gonna give you guys, sorry, you've probably seen I'm like getting over a nasty sickness, so I apologize for the coughing. I'm going to just give you guys what I do. So not like the technical side, I can go into that if you have questions, but how I first of all put the year on there. So when you're thinking of this, I want you to put the year somewhere. Obviously, that's like a big thing. And then I want you to also think of a word that you want to live by, or that a word that represents what you want your 2019 to be like. My word last year for 2018 was influencer. I wanted to be an influencer, whatever that meant to me, an influencer on social media, but an influencer in person, someone to inspire others, someone who's not afraid to talk about mental health, someone that people can relate to and talk to. That was my word for 2018. So I really want you to think what your word for 2019 is and have that. I'm going to have my word bigger this year, just so I can see it as a reminder. So maybe your word is intentional. Maybe your word is, I don't know, guys, shout outs. Unmute yourself and shout out if you have a word already or some ideas of different words. I think I know mine for this year, but I want to hear your ideas first.
One of my words was going to either be balance or gratitude.
I'm trying to think what like a good combination of that could be.
Yeah, I like intentional though, because then you are intentionally being grateful and having balance in your life.
Mm-hmm. That could be a good one for you. You could have intentional super big and then have like balance and gratitude underneath it. It doesn't have to be one word, but I do want you guys to have like a one word theme. Maybe your word could be, I'm just trying to think of, this week, I don't know if it's like me being sick, but I can't get words out of my mouth. Like there have been multiple times where I cannot think of like a very common word and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm like losing brain cells. Maybe your word is travel. Maybe your word is purpose, finding your purpose. Maybe your word is, because honestly, like your word should change every year because you're a new person every year. I heard Mel Robbins say today, like, you are the oldest you've ever been today. You are the wisest you've ever been today. So you're constantly learning about yourself. So maybe your word is relax. Maybe your word is rest. I have a lot of that this year. If you followed my stuff, I've always been so go, go, go that I'm embracing the rest. Last year, I think my word kind of turned into hustle the first half of the year. And I don't want my word to be hustle. I want success and balance, but I don't want like pushing ugly hard hustle. But maybe you're in a season of life where you need to hustle, or you need, not need to hustle, but maybe need, what's the word? Like discipline. Maybe your word is discipline if you need that to be your word. So think about what you want your word to be, and you can always add it at the end if you're struggling to think of that right now. But then other things to add are, you're going to have the year, you're going to have your word, and then you're going to have all these different goals. So I would say have life goals, have family goals, have business goals, have work goals, have whatever it is. Now, obviously, since this is a call for our Beachbody team, have specific Beachbody goals and make it specific. Like last year I had 10 star as our goal. We didn't hit it, but we sure came close. Like we had so much progress this past year. And just because you didn't hit something, it doesn't mean that it's a bad goal. Like I would rather you have a bigger stretch goal on here than for you to put diamond at the end of the year. If you put anyone on this call, anyone who's watching the replay, if you're a brand new coach watching this and you put diamond as your end of the year goal, I can almost guarantee you won't hit it, because that's no urgency. All of you girls can hit diamond by the end of this month. So I would say put 2-star, 5-star, 10-star. I can tell you right now, I'm putting 15-star on our vision board for our team this year. Maybe you're putting a specific income goal, whether that's a weekly income you want to earn or a monthly income you want to earn, or what that represents to you. So for Bridget, maybe it's a beach house that I know she wants, or maybe it's more beach vacations and what that can mean. For us, I'll be putting a lot on of Tyler's student loan debt, like how quickly we want to pay that off. So specific though, not just like pay off loans, but like pay off X amount of loans in X time, because you want this to be super specific when you're looking at it. And if you want to share this and you don't want other people to see it, maybe just put like little code words for yourself that you know what it means. I had a car on here last year, a new car, but honestly, my goals have changed and I don't want a new car right now. I want my car to last me like 5 more years, because I don't want a car loan payment. Like we listened to the Dave Ramsey book. So like now our goals have changed. So the car is coming off. Like your goals are always going to change, and you can update this throughout the year. But I would really try to think specifically. And then I had on, just so you guys can see examples, I want to hike and travel more. And we did a lot of that. So I put like Yosemite on here, which we still need to get to. But this is just so you guys can see mine from last year. And then I'm going to make a brand new one for this year. But think of all the different buckets of your life: family, personal, business, work. Maybe it's like internal stuff. So like for me, I want to meditate daily. So that's going to go on there. I want to read 2 books a month, which I started out great last year and like started falling off of that. So I'm putting it on my vision board. So every time I look at it, I'm like, did you read 2 books yet this month? Like it's a constant reminder. And then when you look at these, I want you to use this every single day then. Put it where you can see it. Like for me, it was in my journal, but maybe it's just in your workspace, or maybe you make it the background on your phone, even if you do it on a computer. But I want you to look at these every day and visualize it. And then you make your affirmations around that. So like, I will speak on stage at Summit, and our team will be our team is a 15-star diamond team. Think of it as it already happened in the present and not in the future. And you say these things every morning. So any general questions, comments, anything you want to share before we actually start diving into working on making our vision boards? Last thing I want to add real quick is Beachbody came out with a new Road to Elite and Leadership Ladder. They kind of combined it. It's really amazing. It's in the Beachbody Champions page. We'll do a whole call on that probably next week. But pick one of those 4 categories that you want to put on here as well, because I'd have to look exactly what it is again, but I know the final 2 are Premier and Elite. So I'll be shooting for Elite again for our team for this year. But there's 4 categories now, and it's kind of like roadblocks. So maybe you want to shoot for Premier. Maybe you want to shoot for I forget what the first two are called right now, but it's in that video and we'll do a team call on it. But I would say because that's something super specific that we can measure and work towards then. And then you can have other goals on there as well, obviously. But any questions or anything you want to share that you're going to put on yours? Because after this, I'll probably just play some music while we all work on them for 15-20 minutes. And you can ask questions as we go, of course, too. But I really want to get you girls fired up for this year and hit big goals. I'm going to do a call on this too. I have so much I need to tell you guys. We're going to have another team retreat. It's going to be the weekend of April 27th, but you need to start qualifying for that now. It will be like the same requirements as last year. So hitting Success Club in January, February, and March. That way you're already qualified, and then you come in April. It's either going to be in Colorado or Utah. Again, I'll have a whole call on that, but I want to give you girls a heads up now. So if you want to put that on your vision board, mountain picture to represent the retreat or whatever it may be. Okay, I'm done rambling. So any questions or anything you want to share, I would love to hear a couple of things and ideas that you're each going to add to your own vision boards.
Emily, how do you access the vision board template on Canva?
So I didn't use one that was like called vision board or anything. Let me see what I actually used. I used the template for desktop wallpaper.
Okay. And then you were able to just print it?
Yeah, it's literally just what you like someone would make a background on their computer, but then I just save it as a PDF and then print it from there.
Okay. I like that idea better, but I'm going to use this one and then do a different one that I carry with me every day. But
yeah, and you can totally have more vision board.
Yeah. But you were right. I do have a beach house, and I do have a general picture that says Team Beachbody Awards on it with the Team Beachbody stage. So I do have those two things for my vision board.
I want you to get more specific with that. So for you, what does awards mean?
Underneath it. The picture up there, I'm going to go in to get one of those categories and then also put the very specific goal next to it.
Perfect. And once you look up those categories, you can look too, like if you're shooting for elite, that would be 5-star. If you're shooting for premier, that would be 2-star or higher. So you can put like that category, but then also put like your rank goals beside it, just so you can see more specifics of what you need to hit that goal then, kind of like a stepping stone.
Okay, so category and then ranks. Okay, got it.
I mean, whatever is important to you though. Like if you're not motivated by rank, then don't put rank, but put something that signifies that. So maybe it is like going on an extra vacation if you hit 2-star and get a bonus and all that. So whatever is more meaningful to you and what signifies it to you should go on your vision board. Or maybe it's like a little number for the rank beside the beach vacation house for you or something, just to be like, okay, if I hit that, that means another beach trip for our family.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyone else want to share what you're putting on your vision board this year? I'm going to start unmuting. Jay, I'm trying to unmute you and it won't unmute. Unmute.
It was asking if you could unmute me. I was going to deny it.
Too bad.
I think my biggest thing is the fact that I start my last semester of school on Monday. So graduating and getting a job and figuring out life is just like my big one.
So what are you putting on there to represent that?
Well, I do have a vision board. It's kind of like the magazine one. that you made. I have like a graduation cap on there. I have like teaching stuff on there. But I will have something like that on there, but I want to also make it more specific and more personal. But that's when I figure out what I'm exactly doing when I graduate. So, but yeah, I definitely want that to be on there.
You won't know that until May.
I
So
know.
you can't wait to put that, but you can put dream things like
Mhm.
the graduation cap and the teaching, like an apple or something that's so generic, but like to represent teaching.
Mhm.
But you can put like to make a collage of like 4 different dream places that you'd want to get a teaching job, because start to think of those now, those are more likely going to come into reality than just hoping and wishing and not really thinking about it and just not knowing. But if you look at that every day and you have like Virginia and Colorado and on there, then you can think of that every day. And honestly, that's when more opportunities start popping up, and you may see a job offer for somewhere in Virginia that you wouldn't have even like noticed before, or like been brought to your attention because you're so consciously thinking of it every day.
I think another big one is visually seeing my financial goals for like student loans and stuff, just because that's also coming up. And if I see it and I actually have a plan, or just like seeing the goals on the vision board, I think will help me actually stick to the plan that I do have. That's another big one.
Yeah, huge. That's huge. And like,
yeah.
I are trying to think of, because he has a lot of student loans, like it makes me sick, but we do need to start planning and thinking. And I definitely recommend the Dave Ramsey book and podcast. It's so good, but we're gonna like aggressively tackle those loans. Like we want them gone as fast as possible. So it is like putting things on my vision board, because we're in the same situation as you. It's just with Tyler and not me, but like we have no clue where we're going to live come summer. We have no clue where he's going to get a job. We have no clue how much he's going to make. We have no clue anything yet. Or like we run out of this lease before we can go somewhere else. So like, are we going to be living in limbo? Or are we going to need to get storage? Like those are all answers that I don't have. And the impatient side of me is like dying on the inside. Like, I just want to know where we're living. But what I can dream and visualize is the type of house that we want to live in, and the type of house that we want to be able to afford, and then paying off all those loans and having that goal to tackle it. But what you can think too is, okay, here's like generally what I can make with a teaching job right out of college, but then look at your loans and look at your payments and look at how quickly you want to pay them off, and say you don't want to just do the minimum payment every month. Like, how much can I make with Beachbody to supplement that so I can pay my loans off in X amount of time? And it is just getting real with ourselves. And even though it's like disgusting to look at student loan debt, but it's like when we face it and we look at it and we have a plan, then we can tackle it way more than just being like, oh, I know I have those out there someday that I need to pay. Because yeah, I was just looking at that stuff for Tyler today too, and it's like the more real we can get with that, then you can come up with a plan and a little more urgency of like, okay, well, here, if I make $2,000 extra a month with Beachbody, then look at how much can go towards those loans, or look at where I can live compared to living somewhere cheaper or something.
Yep.
All right. Any of the other girls on? I can't see for some reason. I'm still learning this computer who all is on, but anyone else want to unmute and share some 2019 goals? There, I see Emily. I'm going to unmute you.
It did the same thing. It asked me if I wanted to be unmuted.
Yes,
I don't really know what I want to put on it. Just because I feel like I want my life to be so different this year. where I have like so many different ideas where I'm like, what do I even like simplify it? Like you're saying, being specific and intentional.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My thing is I want to finish getting the little bit of debt that I have, not including student loans, because I have some debt from Texas that I'm like, I want to finish paying that off. And then, I don't know, I feel like this year I want to focus mostly on myself and making myself better, because 2018 was like the worst year ever.
What if do you have a word yet? Because I have an idea for you.
I've been thinking about that this whole call, and I was like, I don't even know what I would say as a word.
I think growth.
That is a good one.
A
I
year
love.
of growth for you, and because that can mean in so many ways. Like, it sounds like you want drastic change for this year, and growth is a positive way to look at that. So this is just a tip for everyone. Because actually, my therapist I go see a therapist every week for anxiety, and we just talk about life. And she asked what my word was for 2019. I was like, I don't know yet. And she gave me the tip to make your word something positive. So for me, I originally said intentional, and she's like, I don't want that to be your word, because intentional can be great for things, but I can get too rigid with things. And she's like, I don't want intentional to be your word. I want it to be something way more positive than that. Not that intentional is not positive. For me, intentional can sometimes be too strict with a schedule. I need to let go sometimes of control and schedules. So she's like, your word can have no negativity attached to it. So I think growth can be a really positive word for you, because that can be growth in every area of life. That can be growth in taking care of yourself and reading, personal development, and growing as a person. That can be growth in career changes or getting to your dream job. That can be growth in relationships. That can be growth in your community and your town, like growth in so many things. I think that could be a really good one for you. And Kaya will not stop crying. Even if you're not too sure yet what you want to put on it, start getting some ideas and just thinking of pictures and Googling images and stuff of what you think. But then after this call, I want you to take, and anyone can do this, but take 10 minutes of silence. And I know this can be hard for some of us, but take 10 minutes of complete silence and really just sit there and think, what do I want? Like, and you're allowed to ask yourself that, because maybe you haven't asked yourself that in a while. Maybe it's been, well, this is better for so-and-so, and this is better for this relationship, and this is better for my family. But what do you really want? And what do you want 2019 to think of? And give yourself permission to dream. That's what this vision board is all about, guys. Like, put your wildest dreams on here. Yes, make them so they're doable in a year, but put some stretch goals on there as well. Like, some of these for 2018, I didn't come close to hitting, but they're still my goals, and they're not going to change. Maybe the time frame will change a little bit, but every single one, and that's the cool thing with Beachbody, guys, is like the opportunity and the potential is endless. Like, if all of you have this additional side stream of income now, in most jobs, so in teaching, in my corporate job, in a store, you have a set income, and maybe you're going to get a 2% raise for the year, but that's not going to change your income much. So for those of us trying to pay off debt, you pretty much know, okay, I can pay exactly this every month and not more, because that's all I'm going to make. With Beachbody, I've doubled my income every single year that I've done this. Doubled. That's like a 200% raise. Like, there was just a girl I saw who raised her income this year. She talked on stage at Summit by $300,000. Talk about an income raise. Like, maybe all of our goals aren't this big financial goal, but the potential. Like, and I was just thinking too, okay, like, Tyler will make about this, I'll make about this, but if we hit some of these bonuses as a team, that can pay off a huge chunk of his student loans that I would no way otherwise be able to do. And this is just your second stream of income. Like, what amazing potential we have in the opportunity to go on trips. Like, hopefully Courtney and Rusty are coming on the cruise this year, and then you guys can all earn a Success Club trip for next year. You can earn trips for Top 10. You can earn trips for the Success Club. You can travel to Summit. You can go to all the quarterly events. Like, think of all the possibilities and opportunities we have with this, and it's truly amazing, all for working on our own health and fitness and helping others do the same. So give yourself permission to dream big, and maybe take some time after this to just sit in silence and really be like, what do I want and what does that look like? And maybe, Emily, it's for you is like getting specific with, exactly how much debt you have from the one thing. Maybe it's saying, okay, I want to pay that debt off by April, and then you're breaking down monthly what that means. And what if you said, okay, I'm going to make that with Beachbody and pay off this debt with that income, and I don't even have to touch my income from my other job. Like, different things like that, just to get the wheels spinning. So, okay, I can't see who else is on. I just see an empty box. If you're on, unmute yourself and come hang out with us. Okay, we will get started then. I'm gonna just mute myself. And let's just work for like 5 more minutes since it already is getting late. But I want to see your vision boards in the team page. Also, guys, everyone watching the recording and everyone on here, the notifications in the team page has been horrible. Facebook changed and you guys aren't getting my notifications. Like 3 people see my post. I'm like, well, no wonder no one knows the team calls tonight, because 3 people saw it. So make sure you go into the Facebook group, go to the top of it and change the notifications. Right now, I think you're all just getting the highlights. Change it so you get notified every time a post is made in the team page, and put it on your daily activity tracker to go check in the team page every day, because that's where I communicate with you guys. And I've said this from the very beginning, and I was just talking to Jay and Courtney about this when we met up over Christmas, but I walk with you, I run with you, I sprint with you, but I don't turn around and chase you. So you guys aren't going to get individual messages from me saying, hey, the team calls tonight. Hey, did you do your work? Hey, did you do whatever? Because another words for me this year is just calm and confident. Like, I am not here to drag people. I am not here to beg people. I want you girls to hit your goals for you, and I want to help you do that. But I'm not dragging you to your goals, and I'm not like begging you to do anything. Like, this is for you. You're the CEO of your own business. So I want to help you hit elite. I want to help you hit premier. I want to help you hit 2-star and 5-star and 10-star. And I would love to help you do that. But I'm not dragging. So make sure you're checking those notifications. Make sure you turn that on so you're actually getting the notifications, and checking into the team page daily. Oh, my throat hurts. Okay. Feel free to unmute with any. I muted myself before I was done talking. Unmute yourself with any questions. Let's just work for 5 minutes on our vision boards, and then I'll get on to wrap up. And I want to see them all by this weekend in the team page, because it's so motivating to see what everyone does too. So I'm going to work on mine, and just unmute if you need to ask anything. Hey guys, I'm gonna share my screen with you real quick just because if you're not familiar with Canva, I have some tips and tricks that you can use. Can you see my screen? Okay. One of the best things to use is these free, no, not the free photos, the frames. And you can see these, and then that's how I like drag and drop pictures in. So I go over to find one that has a border, and then I pull it in, and you can make it whatever size you want. And then you can upload photos. So this is our wedding venue, and you can just drag it in, and that makes it a lot easier. It's like super easy once you get the hang of it, but when you don't know it, it's like, how do you make this look good? So I do that. What else do I do? Oh, I don't know. I think I just turned my laptop off. Don't turn off. Delete. And then there's like borders and stuff. So if you don't have a picture you want to upload in like that, you can just go to lines and grids and borders, all these elements over here. So if that's helpful. And then like, obviously you can go to background, pick background colors, that sort of stuff.
So when you go on there, how did you just, because I only have it on my phone, how did you get it on your, I know that's probably a dumb question for all you techie people, but how did you get it on your computer?
I like it on the computer a lot more. It's just easier for me to manage. You just go to canva.com and it has all that stuff.
Okay, canva.com.
Yep.
Okay.
And you need to make a login and stuff. You probably have one on your phone though, but it's all free.
Yeah, I have it on my phone, but I wasn't sure you could get it on a computer, but it would be so much easier to do on the computer.
Oh my gosh, it's so much easier on a computer.
Okay, cool. Okay, everybody, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but this is what I have done, and then I'm gonna do a digital one. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's on a manila envelope. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see
I
it?
love it.
I do like the word growth. I stole it because that is a huge word for me. So anyway, but yeah. Can you see it?
Perfect. Yes, I can't see all the exact pictures, so I'm excited to see it once you're done and take a picture and I can zoom in.
Yeah. One of the ones I put on there is I realized this week how much college tuition costs. So
Yep.
so I came up with this grand idea this week that I'm going to get a job at a university so my kids can go to college for free. That's my goal this year.
Ah,
Yep.
smart.
So I don't know if it'll be
Because with your degree, can you?
I can
Sorry,
I
what were
can-
you gonna say?
I can teach anything in the teaching college, but I don't know if I'm even going to teach a class, but I said, you know what? I might just decide to take a pay cut to go, not a huge pay cut, but because I was thinking about it, it's $250,000 that I would save if I work at a university, at least $250,000 for my kids to go to college.
Yeah, because it's not really even a pay cut at that point when you're saving all that money for your kids.
Yeah, and my oldest is going to college in 3 years. So, yeah. So Miami University is right down the street from me, so I put that, but which would be ideal. I don't necessarily have to teach at Miami, but yeah, that was one I just told my husband. I said that's going to be my goal this year. Get a job at a university. So
I love it.
We'll see.
Okay,
Even though I love 7th grade, but yeah.
Before you jump off, I'm gonna give you one challenge. When you make your digital one, I want you to sit for 10 minutes and really think about what your word is without thinking of the tips I gave or other words or intentional or growth. I want you to think, what is my word? If it ends up being one of those, that's fine. But I want you to really think with yourself of what you want that word to be and take my opinions out of it and take anyone else's opinions out of it and really think what you want your word to be.
Yep. I'm going to have a different word on my digital one. But this is the one that popped out to me tonight. So
perfect.
That's going to be it. But yeah, I'm going to head to bed, but so I'm going to have a digital one.
Perfect. Okay, guys, I will wrap up this call as it is almost 8, but thank you guys for being on live. I want to see all the pictures of your vision boards in the team page no later than the weekend, because like I said, if you push it off longer than that, you're not going to do it, and this is the perfect time of year to do it. So I'm excited to see your vision boards. I'm excited to see what's on them. I'm excited to have another amazing year with you girls and many new ones to come. So bye, guys. Happy vision board planning party.
Bye.